your thoughts on the meetings between the foreign ministers yesterday. Was there any upside from that at all that you saw? And secondarily, as we said, the UN has now said they're going to have a meeting for the Security Council this afternoon at Russia's request. What do you read into that?
In general, I think it is important that the two sides talk. We should not be surprised that initially, for a while, we're going to see a certain level of performative diplomacy, meaning that the sides might come in, especially Russia, not necessarily ready to commit to an agreement, not necessarily even Russia and Ukraine weren't even able to stick to agree to a humanitarian corridor, which essentially largely Russia derailed. In regards to as to what Russia is hoping to do with the Security Council meeting, my sense is that on the one hand, number one, it's a sign that the sanctions might be biting, but of course he will not be admitting that. So as a result, he might be coming with a proposal, again, listing the demands that he has from Ukraine as well as from the West. And it's important to point out that the Russian side, in terms of their objectives, they have been changing over time. Russia has been building this as an existential war for its country, for their country, and which makes it also very difficult for Russia to climb down. I don't think President Putin has a way to go back without some significant concessions, unfortunately.
We heard the foreign minister there yesterday confirming and backing up what we heard the president saying on Monday in an interview with ABC News in the US, that their position now on NATO membership and their position on degrees of autonomy for the Donbass area has softened, it would appear. And yet neither of those things seem to have been particularly followed up on or haven't really added to the conversation at all. Do you think that there should be more made of that? Is this not a new basis for negotiation?
Well, actually, the Minsk Accords, which Russia bulldozed through, has similar language. But in terms of the language as to the status of the Donbass republics, that's something that even Zelensky signaled that he's ready to consider. He wasn't clear on an interview given in the United States as to how far he would go, whether he would grant independence to the two republics as Russia is requesting. And in terms of the neutrality, it was neutrality, right? You were asking, I think I missed the first part of your question.